In this video, we're making spicy almond butter noodles, a lightning fast dish that'll have dinner on the table in just 10 minutes. This flavor-packed recipe is my twist on traditional peanut noodles and garlic noodles, bringing you the best of both worlds in one bowl. We're keeping things simple with minimal ingredients, almost no time spent, and all of the flavor you can ask for. These noodles bring heat, richness, and that umami punch, which none of us know what that means, but you'll be craving it all day long. Here's what we're working with. Noodles, any type works, but we're gonna be using some fun curly ones. Almond butter, gochugaru, that's a Korean chili powder. And no worries, I have a swap. Garlic powder, ginger powder, toasted sesame oil, green onions, soy sauce, and rice vinegar. And that's it. Listen, if you can make toast without burning it, you can make this recipe. And if you have burnt toast lately, just don't tell anybody. One thing I always do, and it's really to make life easier, is to make my sauce first on these type of recipes. For me, this keeps things simple, especially if you're new to cooking or you're like me and your brain seems to be running all the time. This way, there's no juggling multiple tasks or forgetting where you left off in a particular step. Let's start by chopping our green onions. This is really the only fresh ingredient you got, which means you have minimal prep time to move through the recipe with ease. Now, into our bowl goes those green onions, and we're gonna follow that up by adding in some garlic powder and ginger powder. I'm using powdered versions today as what we can call a time-saving shortcut to get dinner on the table in a hurry. But if you're quicker in the kitchen, or you have the time, feel free to use the fresh ingredients because I love it either way. Now, we're adding in our gochugaru for that perfect heat. This is a Korean chili powder with a slight sweetness to it. And don't worry if you can't find it. Regular chili flakes do well here too. I mean, I understand gochugaru may sound fancy to those of us that are unfamiliar, but to put it simply, it's basically chili flakes that studied abroad and then came back with a slightly different flavor. Next, we'll heat our toasted sesame oil. Get a small pot. Add in your oil and then turn your burner to medium. This oil is an absolute game changer for flavor. Although, if you need to substitute it, I got you. You can use another oil. I'm thinking peanut oil is a good choice if you want to have something with a little bit of flavor in it. Otherwise, you can just use another neutral oil. But if you don't use toasted sesame oil, you will miss a little bit of that distinctive flavor that you get, which is somewhat of like a nutty taste. This heating process takes about 2-3 minutes until it's nice and hot. The magic happens when we pour this hot oil over our dry ingredients. Watch this. You hear that? That's flavor being born. For my oil-free company, I would simply skip adding in the gochugaru and the oil, and I would add the other things along with possibly a chili garlic sauce or even doing like a sriracha. Then from there, I would proceed with the rest of the steps. Once the sizzling settles, we'll add our almond butter, which gives us amazing richness, but peanut butter, tahini, those work beautiful too. Then toss in that rice vinegar. In goes the soy sauce. If you're soy free, coconut aminos could work for you here and make a great substitute. Now give it a good mix until smooth. It's okay if it's looking a bit thick here. We'll address that soon. For now, off to the side it goes. Okay, let's get these noodles together. We're gonna bring a medium pot of water to a boil and then simply add our noodles to it. I love these particular noodles that I picked up at our local Asian market. They have a quick cook time, just 3 to 4 minutes. And I love how they hold on to our sauce. But no worries, this is strictly a pantry recipe. Any noodles you got in there will work. One pro tip. Actually, I've been giving you pro tips kind of throughout this whole thing, so I'm probably on like pro tip number 6 or something. Pro tip number 19. We're going to reserve some pasta water before draining. I'm sure you heard this before, but let me give you the why. Starchy water it's basically liquid gold and it works way better than tap water to thin out the sauce. The starch helps the sauce cling on to the noodles rather than just adding the sauce on and, you know, picking your noodles up, but the sauce is still in the bowl. No one likes their sauce just running away from their ingredients. I kind of like the way that felt. I don't know why. Unlike traditional methods where you would rinse the noodles with cold water after you cook them, I want these noodles to be piping hot when they hit our sauce. So that's another little twist to save us some time. Now for the fun part. Let's add some of this pasta water into our sauce, just enough to reach the desired consistency you want. From here, I'm gonna add the sauce directly to the hot noodles in the pan and give it a stir to coat every single strand as thoroughly as possible. The heat from the noodles are gonna continue to help develop those flavors. I'm going to enjoy this like this, but if you wanna add protein or maybe even some greens, I got you. Tofu, edamame, broccoli, string beans, or just throw in whatever vegetable is slowly decaying in your fridge. You know the one I'm talking about. The I'll cook with this tomorrow vegetable, but it's been like a week. A final sprinkle of green onions on top, black sesame seeds, and I didn't show this, but a squeeze of lime is gonna do this whole thing right. The reddish orange sauce clinging to every curve, the aroma of toasted sesame oil and chili. Almond butter gives richness, gochujang brings the perfect amount of heat. The noodles have that amazing bite. I mean, this is comfort food at its finest. Spicy almond butter noodles, 10 minutes flat. Need that hand too. Quick, simple, and absolutely delicious. This full recipe you can find linked in the description or head on over to my website, makeitdairyfree.com. Thank you so much for watching. You're amazing. I love you. Until next time, believe in good. Peace.